Before time began, a dark silence consumed the world.
Ο κενός έκαε, διψώ, αδίστακτο τάξη, ή να δαμάσει το χάος.
The void burned, thirsting for a ruthless order to tame the chaos.
Και εξέφνης εν την καρδία της αιωνιότητος, σχίσμα ανεωαδή, όπου η Artemis εγένετο.
And suddenly, in the heart of eternity, a rift opened, where Artemis was born. In those days when the sun and moon had not yet opened their eyes upon the world, a vast anxiety took root in the womb of existence. The Titans, those ancient and unbridled forces, stood on the brink of collapse, and the world required a new balance, a balance not found in peace, but embedded in the conflict between darkness and light. Zeus, the ruler of thunderbolts, had planted within the womb of Leto, the hidden goddess, a seed that would transform the fate of Olympus. But Hera, the vindictive queen of the heavens, had sworn that no land or island should serve as refuge for this birth. Leto, wandering amid turbulent waves, seemed to carry a burden whose weight tore through the very fabric of space, until a floating, rootless island called Delos rose from the heart of the ocean, a place that belonged neither to earth nor to sea. The first cry echoed among the bare rocks of Delos. Before her brother Apollo stepped onto the stage of existence, she was born, Artemis. She did not gaze upon the world with tears, but with a piercing, cold stare. In those very first moments, a miracle occurred that sent tremors through the bodies of the gods. An infant who herself became her mother's midwife, bringing her twin brother into the world. This was the first knot in her destiny. A goddess who would never taste marriage, yet would be the guardian of all births. From the moment of her arrival, she was a living paradox, a light that shone in darkness and a compassion rooted in violence. Artemis stood before the throne of Zeus. Unlike the other gods, she asked neither for dominion over humankind nor for subterranean riches. She uttered 6 eternal wishes that rewrote reality. Eternal virginity, countless names, a bow and arrows of silver forged in the workshops of the Cyclopes, 90 oceanid nymphs to accompany her in the hunt, and all the mountains of the world. Zeus, who saw boundless power in his daughter's eyes, trembled and consented. From that moment, Artemis became the uncontested sovereign of the unknown frontiers. She was not merely a goddess, she was the savage embodiment of nature itself. Wherever the human foot had not reached was her domain. Her shadow weighed upon the forests, and the silver of her arrows cleaved the silence of the night. At the height of her authority, Artemis became one with the moon. While Apollo drove the chariot of the sun, she raced across the expanse of the night sky in a chariot drawn by golden antlered deer. Her power had surpassed the hunt. She had become the guardian of cosmic morality. Not a strand in the night stirred unless she willed it so. Yet this power came at a steep cost, obsolete isolation among the gods. She loathed the glittering halls of Olympus and found peace only among beasts and untamed nature. Her presence bent reality itself. Wherever she set foot, plants sprang forth in an instant, and wild animals knelt before her grandeur. But this calm was merely the prelude to a devastating storm. The greatest challenge arose when Actaeon, a mortal hunter, unknowingly crossed a forbidden boundary and beheld the goddess's nakedness in a sacred spring. This was not merely an invasion of privacy, but a fracture in divine authority. The world fell into a deadly silence, awaiting Artemis's response. With a gaze colder than polar ice, Artemis altered the order of the world. She transformed Actaeon into a stag and turned the hunter's loyal hounds against their own master. This event was a message to all existence. The boundary between divinity and mortality is drawn in blood. The tremor of this vengeance was felt as far as the most distant stars, and forever altered the balance of power between the Olympians and the mortals of the earth. Yet the stone heart of Artemis trembled once. Orion, the only being who could match her stride in the hunt, became her sole vulnerability. Apollo, fearful of this closeness, devised a plot. He challenged Artemis to strike a black speck on the horizon of the sea. Artemis, confident in her infallible power, loosed the silver arrow. The arrow split Orion's skull. When the waves carried the lifeless body of her beloved to the shore, a wail rose from the depths of Artemis's soul that caused the moon to darken for 3 full days and nights. In that moment, she realized that even gods are victims of their own fate. To eternalize this pain, she cast Orion's form among the stars so that he would forever run in pursuit of her across the sky, yet never reach her. From then on, Artemis became a silent guardian. She neither directly intervened in great wars, nor took part in Olympian conspiracies. She became the cold light that shines upon the suffering of childbirth and consoles dying animals. She turned into the singular bond between absolute savagery and an emerging civilization. The world learned that to survive, it must keep a part of itself wild. And this was the legacy of Artemis. Her existence ensured that nature would never fully submit to the will of humankind. Today, Artemis resides not in marble statues, but in every heartbeat of a creature running through the forest, and in every unwavering gaze fixed upon the full moon. She refused to fade away. She became a necessity. Without her, the balance between death and life, between hunter and prey, would collapse. With her presence, the cosmos gained something it had never possessed before: savage justice. She taught us that sanctity lies not in golden altars, but in blood flowing upon the soil and in the endless silver of the night. She still stands with her bow at the boundaries of reality, a guardian who never sleeps and never forgets.